Hello, my creative friends. We are in the height of summer. I thought I would bring you some of these beautiful flowers in bloom while I intro today's topic, which is a birthday haul. So my birthday is coming up and I got some pretty things to play with in the studio. Come on and see what I got. All right, so this is a little bit of an early birthday haul and a little replacement of something I needed. So let's go ahead, open her up. I do like these new thick bags. They're quite thick, in fact. And we'll see. I mean, there are a little bit of, there feel a little dents there, and there's one little rip there. But overall, it got to me in good order. So let's see. It does need quite a thick pair of scissors to open it, because this is thick paper, but let's see what we got. Okay, one thing is a replacement of something I needed. So this is just tracing paper. Kind of boring. not such a great exciting part of a haul. Let's see. It did arrive a little bit bent, despite the fact that I tried to put flat things on my order. In other words, I think the secret with Amazon is to avoid dented corners, and I know a lot of people buy books and they buy them with other things, like you'll buy an iron and a can opener and a book and expect them all to come in, expect your books to come in without all that stuff banging around in the same package. The trick is to get all flat things, or at least that's my hunch. But there's some tracing paper. Didn't cost a lot. It's just something I wanted to get. Okay, now here's another thing. All right, one other thing I got was something I was looking forward to, because I do have some oil pastels, and I do have some soft pastels coming, the chalky kind. So I thought I would get this to try it on. Not a fan of the A sizes. The A4s, the A3s, the A2s. They're just a little too long for the height. They're great for landscapes, and I suppose they're okay for portraits. They might be a little wider, though, to give you just that little more leeway if you're doing a portrait. But I mostly do landscapes, florals, things like that, so this will be fine. This is a variety of colors. It's 6 sheets of like coffee, 6 sheets of anthracite, blue night, and black. So there are 4 different colors in this by Mungyo. So we'll see what kind of a paper that is when I start to use it. Here is the thing that is really my birthday gift. And I saw this on Amazon. I don't have one like this, and it is the Artistro watercolor set. This is the 48 set. I hear it. Uh-oh. I hear it like shaking around in there. But we're going to open it up and see what it's like inside. This is a Japanese set similar to the Gansai Tambi. Tambi. I don't have one of those. The thing about the Gansai sets is that the color selection doesn't seem to do it for me. Color selection in those sets is kind of all over the place. I like a good, just basic set. And if I want to get specific colors, I'll get specific colors later. But let's take a look at this one. This was a little bit pricey on Amazon. It was more than a similar number of paints in the Gansai Tambi line. But I happened to get it after the Prime days, and for some reason they were reduced almost to the same price as the Prime deal was. But I didn't pay what it went back to. It went right back to the high price again. So I was lucky. I happened to keep watching it, and I caught it when it was at a reasonable price. So it gives you a swatch sheet, and this is on watercolor paper, so that's quite nice. So there's the swatch sheet there. And it gives you, this is the 48 set. It has a nice vellum top to it. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. Now you see what I'm talking about with the Gansei Tambi set. It kind of has colors all over the place. I don't mean mixed. I mean, it'll give you a gray and a cadet blue and a cadmium yellow. It's just a weird mix of colors. But this is like, these are like all in order number one, but they make sense. They'll give you a number of blues. They give you a number of greens. You know, they'll give you a number of reds. It's not like a mishmash of colors. So for the 48 set, I can't complain. Now, I know this one they said was stuck into the bottom. I don't know. It feels like they're moving around in there. They're moving around in there, so I can move around. But they stayed put, so I know what the colors are going to be. I don't have to, hopefully they match the sheet there that they gave me, the swatch sheet. As long as I don't drop them, I think I'll be okay. But they don't give you any marking on here. There's no marking whatsoever. So if you lose the order of these, you're out of luck. They are a little bit tacky, and it's not very hot today. It's not that it's hot or humid. These are a little bit tacky, so they do probably wet very easily. But I love those colors, and I suppose I will swatch them out either later on this video or in a future video. But for now, I just wanted to do this unboxing and film it, and so I have the unboxing done, and I can move on to my editing, which I have been neglecting. I have so many different clips that I don't want my videos to wind up being a mishmash, but I haven't edited in a long time, so I'm going to try to put all those clips together into some kind of order, and so that it makes some sense for you viewers. The other thing I'm supposed to get is also for my birthday, but I ordered it along with a replacement blade for my Japanese hake saw, which I have been using to build this studio. And this is an excellent saw. I love this saw. It's so precise, and the cuts are so clean. It's beautiful. But the blades are getting a little dull, so I did have to order another one. And it's just going to be delayed because of that blade. I'm waiting for the blade to come in, and then the whole package will be shipped. So I will do a video with all of that together when it arrives. Okay, so the last thing I got is this My Merry Blue set. And this is, if I can read her handwriting, I can't read, Jeannie Dixon. The Jeannie Dixon set. And what caught me was the array of different colors that she did in layering and glazing on the cover. But it's a little pricey. These My Merry Blue sets are not cheap, but the tubes are huge. So, I mean, you've got big, what are these? Should say on here, 12 mil tubes. And with watercolor, that goes a long way. So I'll tell you what the colors are here. If I can see with my glasses. You know what? It might be on the back. It's on the back. Yellow Vanadium, Orange Lake, Yellow Ochre, Turquoise, Primary Magenta, Turquoise Green, and Quinacridone Violet Reddish. Very nice set. You can see she's got the different colors there, how much of a span you've got, and that's what I liked about it. What I did was I kind of cannibalized a Prima Currents palette that I had, and I've been playing with these. I have been playing with these, but let me go ahead and swatch out some of them. Some of them are a little contaminated here, but I'll swatch them out for you anyway so you can see what colors we've got. I've got a little bit of B paper here, BEE. This is 100% cotton paper. So I'm going to see if I can get the yellow without too much of the green in it that I've contaminated it with. There's the yeah, you see it's a little green. I'm sorry about that, but suffice it to say it's a bright yellow. Then I've got orange. I can go ahead and swatch that out. Look at how bright that is. That is bright. Of course, this is 100% cotton paper. It makes a difference what you're swatching it on, so you can actually see how vibrant the colors are when you're testing them. Here is the, this one is what, yellow ochre? Yes, yellow ochre. That was Orange Lake. And next we have primary red magenta. That's going to be a bright color. Get that darker. There we go. Turquoise green. Beautiful color. Without me even trying to look to guess. And quinacridone violet reddish. All right, now the beauty of this set, this isn't what I'm looking at only. The beauty of this set is what you can get out of it. Let me see if there's a space I can do this with. I'm going to mix the, you can't see that. I'm going to mix the yellow with some of the, we're going to go down the list. Mix the yellow with, since I've got greens here, some of the blue. And you've got a nice green there. So there's a nice green. I don't know where to put it. It's just, there's a beautiful basic green there. You want more deeper green? You can get a deeper green. Oops, that's too much because that blue is very strong, you know. There's a little bit of a different green. If you want more blue in there. Not too much blue because then it's blue. That's almost all blue. Almost all blue. But you can get those. If you want, let's say, more of the yellow. Let's see if I can get that with more of the yellow in it. Because you can get all kinds of ranges in this. Of course, there's one with more yellow in it. Look at that. Nice color there. And now if you want to mix the yellow with the orange, I'm going to do that over here. Already got some going. Just a little bit of the orange. Look at that nice color there. Mix a little more orange. You got to be careful with the darker colors because it's always easier to mix the darker into the light than the other way. Well, the other way around, because if you put too much of the darker color, you're going to get something too dark. But I mean, you can go all ranges here. Let me get a little more of that yellow. And very, very nice mixtures. Very little bit. See, I want a little bit more, but not too much. I got too much now. So you turn too orange. But look at these colors that I'm getting out of this. It's just amazing. Now let's play around with the ochre. Why do we have ochre in here? Let's see. There's a reason. Okay, the ochre in here. I'm trying to find a space where I can mix these. What kind of an orange are we going to get when we mix ochre and the red? Whoops, I don't think I picked anything up. A little bit. You can't see that. So we're getting a little bit of a, almost like a brown, huh? Let's see if we get more red. That's a, look at that, like a terracotta type color. And then of course you can get full on almost reddish. Look at that. Look at these beautiful colors you can get with this. This is just, it's just amazing. I love this set. Browns. I was trying for the browns. The browns are harder to make. I tried to make some of those earlier. I did succeed with the brown and the purple, the green and the, I'm sorry, the blue and the purple, and then adding orange to it. As you see, that's what muddied up my orange. But you can get some browns with this. You can get some browns. That's a little too purplish. Let's see if I can get more, a little more orange in there. Trying not to contaminate too much. And a little more blue. Oh, might be too much. Let's see what we got. That's not quite what I was looking for. No, that's not what I was looking for. In fact, I don't have a lot of paint in there anymore. Let's see. My instinct is to start with a dark color like the purple, right? Start with the purple. Let me see what we get with purple and orange. Just straight purple and orange. That's a little too orange. Let me see more purple. Now we need a bluish. But look at that color. That's a nice color too. I mean, you can get all the different ranges with this. All right, now we're going to get some too blue. Well, let's play while we're here. Let's play with blues. So you can get some nice blues here. Nice purple blue. Let's see if we can get a lighter blue, or maybe more. Let me see if I can get a little bit more blue in that. Not too much though. I don't want it like completely, yeah, that's too much. But you can get a lot of different mixtures in this, with this. There's that. It's a little light. Let's see what we can get with the pink. Adding the pink to it might give us a little bit of a, that's a little purple. What do we want to do with that? I'm still back at the orange. I still want to get that orange in there. Not too much though, but enough to turn it a dark brown. So this is kind of a dark brown then. Little purple. Need a little more something to balance it out. Let's try the yellow ochre. What happens when we put the yellow ochre in there? Now we're getting yet a different kind of brown. There we go. See, now we're getting some browns. I think that's what that yellow ochre is in there for, to give you a range of browns. But, I mean, I love this set. This is just such a versatile set. You look at all the different colors you can get. Maybe I can get the pure yellow now for you, now that I cleaned that up a little bit. So you can see that's quite bright. It's a really bright yellow. It's not like a cadmium yellow. But if you want a cadmium yellow, you can just add a little bit of the orange to it. What do I have yellow? I don't have just plain yellow. Well, I want to show you that you can do that. So let's see. There's the orange. Let me grab some yellow and mix those together. So now I've got a little bit of a deeper yellow, and that's somewhat like a cadmium yellow. It's a little muddy, because I still have some of that green in there. But you can see what a nice set this is. Just nice, nice range. I took this outside and did some plein air painting with this, and I am so totally happy. So happy birthday to me. This was a great set, and I'm going to have loads and loads of fun with it. Just those 6 simple colors. That's all it is, just the 6 simple colors. And this again is the Jeannie Dixon set. I'm not affiliated or anything, but it was just such a nice combination of colors, and I knew it right away when I saw this. So I hope you enjoyed this part of the video, and my excitement in playing with the colors yet even more. So thanks for joining me today. If you liked the video, I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe and all that. It really does help my channel. And keep painting, and I will see you next time.